I done got on TikTok and saw Get Ready With Me for churches, and all of a sudden, we supposed to be going to the Lord for glory, but revealing all of his glory in essence. Dudes in their drawers, women in bras and underwear. I didn't know that was wait a minute.
You saw what I saw, what the world saw. We saw everything because, yes, Bianca, Mr. Kanye West's wife, turned up on the red carpet naked.
Like when I'm on Instagram and I see like reels of these chicks that are pretty much naked. Like, I don't want to see, like, I genuinely don't want to see that anymore.
It's disgusting.
Like, it's not attractive.
Our skins have now become the outfits, and our actual clothes seem to have gone on vacation, or maybe got hit by a bus and died. I don't know. But the number of people in next to nothing clothes on the internet keeps increasing day by day. And sadly, we seem to be living in a time where showing a lot of skin isn't just accepted, but expected. It's even to the point where we now feel the need to show off the Lord's temple before we go praise him in his actual temple. So let's talk about it. How did we get here? What has this progressed to? And what role is modesty playing in the midst of all of this chaos? But before we get into all that, hey guys, Nachima here. Just wanted to remind you that you can like and subscribe to the channel. No pressure though. Let's get back into the video. It definitely started from somewhere, particularly in the 20th century, with women's liberation movement and changing perceptions of femininity. But bits and pieces of this started coming together way back from the 14th century, when necklines started to drop and clothes became more and more fitted. And even in the 15th century, when décolleté gowns became more fashionable and techniques like squeezing the breasts and applying makeup were used to enhance the cleavage. And by the way, don't go squeezing those boobs, girl. Let them breathe. Okay, this little exposure of skin here and there, however, led to what we have today, and our celebrities are at the top, further promoting this nude culture.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
We see with every year's red carpet events more innovative fashion, or should I say more skin and less fashion.
You saw what I saw, what the world saw. We saw everything because, yes, Bianca, Mr. Kanye West's wife, turned up on the red carpet naked. It was see-through, brethren. We could see through it. We could see through her soul.
Now, bad as Bianca's nudity might have been on the Grammys red carpet back in January, that wasn't actually what pushed me to make this video. But this picture right here was what got the ball rolling for me. Miss Janelle Monáe at the 2025 Met Gala after party. Now obviously fashion have advanced with people showing more skin, like I've clearly tried to establish at the start of this video. But let's be honest, it's gotten really crazy, and dare I say, outrageous. This whole attempt at redefining fashion is starting to look more like removing fashion, because you can't tell me otherwise with all of these looks that barely covers the essentials. I mean, our entire boobs being out with just our nipples covered can't really be fashion, can it? Cause it seems like nudity to me, respectfully. And this isn't just with the red carpet fashion shows, no, because we've seen so much that literally has our eyeballs popping out of their sockets in music videos and concerts as well. But to be honest, I think this strays way too far from what I actually want to discuss in today's video, because it goes so deep and I might get cancelled on YouTube, and I don't want to do that. But undeniably, we see the influence that these celebrities have had on us regular humans, especially with content creators and influencers. And this isn't just seen with attending of events and shows in very little outfits, but the very fact that we are now turning on our cameras and standing before it in just our bras and panties and filming videos that God knows how many people are going to watch.
Get ready with me for Christmas dinner. I'm in Switzerland at the moment, and you can help me get ready. These are the shoes. I absolutely love them. They're really comfortable, but I've only walked in them for 5 minutes, so we'll see.
No, this is way too much. We've definitely gotten way too comfortable on the internet. I mean, those are lace panties, right? That we can literally see through, even without trying, because you put it out there for us to see. But let's maybe overlook hers because she's going for a Christmas dinner. Even though Christmas is about the coming of the Lord, and we maybe shouldn't just be having on our bras and panties when we're getting dressed for the coming of the Lord. But, you know, everybody has their own perspective of Christmas, so it's fine, I guess. However, when we start showing off the Lord's temple before we go meet him in his actual temple as Christians, then there's a problem.
I done got on TikTok and saw Get Ready With Me for churches, and all of a sudden, We supposed to be going to the Lord for glory, but revealing all of his glory and essence before we get there. I mean, Lord, dudes in their drawers, women in bras and underwear. I didn't know that was wait a minute.
Well, I guess we should take a look at what he's talking about, right?
Hi guys, get ready with me to go to church.
No. That can be right? Because when did we go from Christian decency to whatever that is? And the fact that that is not even all there is, because this next video I'm about to show you guys goes maybe a level or two higher than this one.
Hi guys, so this is me dressing to church. This is one of the disadvantages of building muscles, because most times your clothes won't even fit. You keep, trying to buy new clothes.
Now, like I said earlier, we've definitely gotten too comfortable on the internet, because making a video like this as a Christian getting ready for church is definitely not okay. And this isn't me judging, but did we forget what being Christian is? Because it's somehow beginning to look like we've thrown away the Christ out of Christian and we're now whatever is left of the word. I mean, GRWM videos used to be casual and cozy and fully clothed, but now we're doing it to church in way less, and it's somehow become an opportunity for us to not just flash our assets, but our entire bodies to the world.
Get dressed with me for church, except I only have 10 minutes to get dressed and do my hair. But besides that, here's what I'm thinking. How cute are these shorts? Oh my god.
Now, I'm not even trying to form preacher right now, because I myself am not perfect. But I think it's important we call out the ugly when we see it, because we'd literally do the same if we was non-Christian creators. Plus, I think Christian Get Ready With Me videos can be filmed without flashing us anything. And there are literally many videos that prove just that.
He said, this is flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. She shall be called woman. It was all woman.
Now, normally, we see more skin on the beach, but apparently, we need to see more, because 90% of our body already being exposed, it's just not enough anymore. We need our pubic hairs to be on display as well. Somehow, our decency level keeps dropping lower and lower in the name of freedom and confidence. What was normally considered inappropriate is now being encouraged under the umbrella of body positivity, and we're now using confidence to promote nudity in the public. But let's look at some comments, because I can't be the only one in this. One comment said, since when were we normalizing showing pubes? Yes, it's natural. No, you don't need to shave, but cover it up if you prefer not to shave. It's common human decency. I mean, I just said this. Yeah, it's normal, but I don't want to see it. Just like I don't want to see a 50-year-old man's bush in his speedo in public either. Me and you both, sweetie. I didn't even realize it was hair. I thought it was a shadow. Girl, I did too, but I looked closely and I was like, that's not shadow, that's not. Another comment said, promoting a full bush with shaved legs and armpits is a bit confusing to me, but hey, do what you want. Exactly, because I was like, why go to the trouble of shaving your armpits and your legs, but you purposely leave the pubic hair? The final comment said, okay, we get it's normal, but are we for real? Seriously, I mean, we might as well not have the bikini on, since we're trying to encourage people to be confident having their pubic hair in the public. And this isn't to say that we shouldn't be confident in our bodies. By all means be. But where do we draw the line? Because as much as body autonomy matters, we should still leave room for boundaries, for sacredness, and for subtlety. It is one thing to embrace your body, and it's another thing to constantly expose it for public validation.
Dressing the way I was dressing, posting thirst traps, waiting on validation from likes and comments and everything else. It wasn't confidence, it was unfulfillment and insecurity dressed in a Fashion Nova fit.
And interestingly, all of this is happening at a time when modesty is making a comeback. While we are seeing people with less and less clothes on, we're also seeing a rise in modest fashion. Covered styles, long dresses, hijabi influencers. People are literally emptying their wardrobe of revealing clothes and joining the modest path.
I don't know what it is, but dressing modestly, my sister, it just hits different. The compliments, they hit different. Wow, you look very put together. Wow, you look like you carry yourself well. Wow. Dressing modest, I'm sorry, it just hits very, very well.
And it's not just the women. Some men apparently no longer find women in revealing clothes attractive.
A lot of people would think I was lying, but the truth is I do not find that attractive anymore. That's why I get pissed off when I'm on Instagram. Like when I'm on Instagram and I see like reels of these chicks that are pretty much naked. Like, I don't want to see, like, I genuinely don't want to see that anymore.
It's disgusting.
Like, it's not attractive. Those are beautiful women. Like, you could acknowledge that they're like beautiful women, but it's like seeing the way they're just like exposing their body to the world and that's how they want to portray themselves. That part isn't attractive.
However, we're getting mixed signals from both sides because we can't seem to draw conclusively if we fully progress into the modesty era or if the naked/revealing era is still at the top of fashion. I mean, one day a woman is being praised for covering everything and another day for showing everything.
If we're out and I see a beautiful woman, I don't care if she's wearing a string. I'm gonna give credit where it's due.
It's almost as if we're trying to choose between hypervisibility and invisibility. The problem, however, is that despite all the skin on display, we still feel unseen, unheard, and objectified. Well, that part, sometimes we can't escape.
Women should be allowed to wear whatever they want. Yes. Women shouldn't be looked at and objectified. Yes. But the thing is, we don't live in that world.
Having our bodies exposed and receiving attention in the form of likes and comments hasn't brought understanding or made men objectify us any less. Rather, it has brought more judgments and more pressure.
While I was growing, when I was younger, I feel like I always liked to open my body, and I'm not going to shy away from that because obviously I did that. But the wrong people always come for me. I noticed that people who come for me are people who have actually sexualized me from head to toe. I already have the face of someone who can actually see that this girl is a bad girl. So me now dressing like that now makes everything worse for me.
We've shown the internet and people around us so much of our bodies and have gained nothing from it. So maybe it's time we stop showing skin and started preserving our bodies. Let's get back to having some shame on the streets of social media. And most importantly for us Christians, let's start keeping our bodies, the temple of the Lord, out the eyes of men and just for God alone. This video definitely wasn't aimed at shaming anybody, but about pointing out the obvious shifts that is happening and asking the necessary questions. But to each their own, because everybody still has the right and freedom to do as they please. But do let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!